Game number 1, another best of 3 series at our Icebreaker tournament, the, promo tournament, so to say, for the CCL. Yeah, I know you're a little bit confused. First we had these show matches, now we have a promo tournament. Let's just say that they really want to hype the league up a little bit, so we have a lot of stuff before the league actually starts, and now we have a tournament with all the teams, which pretty much, I don't want to say... it just negates the entire thing, but yeah, obviously it's a pretty good idea of where all the teams stand. Khaldor Esports on the left with Zergling on Medivh, Unaverted on Gul'dan, Funz on Gazlo, Buds on Stukov, and we got Pit Kid on Diablo, whereas on the right side of the map, Crowd Control is rocking it up with Dino and Cassia. We got Extra and Malfuria and Rutzo and Zarya. Quasar on Urel, and Lauba is playing ETC. So full-on European team is going up against a full-on North American team. So we got pretty much an A versus EU here on the North American server. And well, let's see how it works out. For now we have a bit of a brawl in the middle of the map. If ETC gets another power slide, that's a dead cooldown right there. That seems like the cooldown wasn't ready. He's still chasing him though. Unaverted needs to be a bit careful as he moves back. But yeah, let's go. Stacks again for Cassia. Dino doing well here. Fellflame build for Gul'dan. Specking straight in level 1 into the Pursuit of Flames. Good lockdown. Medivh is down. Stacks are lost. Diablo is dead. And that's 2 kills for the European team already. Easy peasy. Bada bing, bada boom. Coming in. Slapping them a little bit around. And getting the double kill. So top side, that's where we currently have the Gazlord doing his thing. We got the Proc Rock for ETC on level 1. ETC obviously going for his own heal over here. Should also, at the pace that they're going right now, complete that fairly quickly. I mean, they get the extra ones now that they take the camp. But even an invade attempt, and why wouldn't they? I mean, they even have a stats advantage now. There's another slide in the attempt to go for Diablo. And they're gonna grab this. Wow, it is a little bit of a beating that we're seeing right now. I don't think this is going to be another 40-0. I mean, it's Europe versus North America, I know, but still, the 40-0 meme is a bit old, and I guess it's outdated. But the opening is at least not looking good for the North American team, to say the least. They lose Diablo 2, they lost the camp. They're losing a lot here. 3 kills to 0, Funz barely makes it out, and whew. Someone is getting their ass kicked right now. They gotta be careful. That's 3 pumpkins connecting with the wall in early level 4. The next 2 pumpkins are coming in. I mean, seems like Crowd Control, they've eaten their wheat bix this morning. That is brutal. Speed barrier. And in this case, no Garrosh on their side, so it's not like they can use that to their advantage, but the speed barrier alone is obviously going to help Cassia and others to engage and disengage. Now we have the level 4 talent for the blue team too, and it's time for Medivh to get some stacks together. Okay, so they settled. The opening was not the best for Wildheart Esports, but they are wild at heart, so they calmed down a little bit now. They grew up. And will probably play a little bit safer. I mean, Zergling is already checking everything out here and provides the vision. He has 13 stacks by now, so we're getting there. Medivh dying is always annoying, but at least he died early on in the game, you know. At that point, he doesn't really have a whole lot of stacks. So, yep, there's that. But here's the triple altar phase. Already a little bit of poking happening at the bottom of the map. And Gazlo is moving top left to at least secure 4 points, and that indeed he will be able to do. So now we are looking at 8 shots fired to 4, and a bit of a brawl down here at the bot lane. Stukov is trying to make the play here. Medivh. Oh, careful, buddy. You don't want to die again. 16 stacks, you're still fine, you're still good. Level 1, by the way, the rocket boots. A little bit of a change here from Gazlo that we have. And off we go. We got our first hit in. The Vengeful Roots are ready. 23 stacks by now also for Cassia. And it honestly worries me a little bit that the bot lane Bell Tower has already taken so much damage on Wildheart Esports side. That's always a bit tricky. But yeah. It's the early game on Towers of Doom. Again, snowballs are of course even on this map real, but this is the comeback map in the pool for a very, very good reason. Late game is more important than anything else over here. If you take a beating all day long, but then towards the end you win a few team fights and you gain control of the map, you can very, very quickly turn the entire game on its head, and that's of course what they're hoping for right now. But as it happens, we have, with the level 7 talents, Now also the Pinball Wizard in. We got the Divine Steed. That's going to help Urel to match the rotations in the mid and top lane to gain experience and keep count with Gazlo, who by the way gets pressured slightly in the middle of the map as Dino's coming in and is saying like, well, I'm going to help my girl out. Space Goat gets some help here. And, well, there we go. So now we're looking at a small advantage. Single ult on the map. It's going to pop up soon. And the camps are back up, so they're already looking for that fight again. ETC gets pushed into the wall. There's the silence. Got body blocked a little bit. And slides onto Gazlo. Oh, the Space Goat. 3 kills to 0 thus far. The fight continues. They're trying to steal it away. What a brawl. The silence from Stukov. Urel is dead. They want Dibbles, but the shield from Medivh. They look for the double kill. The blue team, they are portaling in. In comes Dino. Oh my god, nearly taking them apart here. What a setup. And Lauber is committing Sudoku. Oh, wow. Yeah, no reason whatsoever. Lauber charged in, trying to solve a math puzzle over here. And that is going to be the end of him. But the fight isn't over yet, and they gotta be careful. Gul'dan is down. Hello, Team Koff. Like, boys, they might only be 3, but you have very, very low hit point pools right now. Okay, there comes the attack against Gazlo. They're gonna kill him. Funds. Oh, he gets out, but barely. Oh, and another good hit. Well done, Diablo, with a perfect connect here. Really well done by him. Zergling with the 550 completion on the baseline talent. Good job considering that he died once at least early on. And another kill. Yeah, Rutsu goes down. Yes, there it is. Alright, now we're talking. Now we're talking. They're back. They woke up. Maybe it was a little bit early in North America. Maybe they didn't have their coffee yet. And now they look a lot better. A little bit of oatmeal in the morning, a cup of coffee, and all of a thing. Suddenly it looks like a completely different day. That's exactly what happens here. The early level 10 for them. And we got a game on our hands. Nice. So let's go. The Gravel Bomb is this time in. We also have on top of that the Poly Bomb. And yeah, Expulsion Zone. Nothing really too shocking. One of the things I still want to point out a little bit is that, of course, with Medivh on the side of the blue team, it's all about the portal control from crowd control. And they are going to use Malfurion for that. And ETC. There's the Apocalypse already. Careful. Horrify. And they're trying to set the killer, but everybody escapes through the portal. Yep, everybody just rushing away at this point. Nicely done. Easy escape. But they gotta be careful as the game continues. You got the Expulsion Zone that could really fuck with the portal if placed properly. We have on top of that the roots of Malfurion and then ETC also. Yeah, and here comes the portal already. Okay, Urel is coming in. She can, of course, also help, and that's exactly what she's currently trying to do. A little bit of a bouncing going on as Diablo takes tons of the damage here up at the front. And geez, the brawls in this game. I mean, both of the teams are just going ham on this one. Holy hell. So there's the poke happening. Stukov had to fall back and tap the fountain, but is re-engaging now that the altar is back on the map, but they're a bit low. And Dino is just starting to crush in with the damage here, isn't he? Gets, of course, the shields all the time, and he needs to. Rutsu needs to pop the medallion as well. Yeah, everybody used their cooldown already, with the exception of... well, actually, quite a couple of players at this point still have it back up. Alright, my bad. 16 stacks for ETC, getting a little bit closer to completion too. That would really help if they had the extra healing source there. Dino has 42 stacks, 8 minutes into the game. He's currently looking at 32,000 damage, easily top damage on his team. Yeah, Gazlo doesn't hit anything, by the way, with that bomb. And there's a bit of a block by Quasar as they are trying to prevent them from moving into the shrub over here. And nobody's taking this altar yet. Everybody's still fighting around it. Gazlo was now trying to set it up multiple times, but he couldn't really get anything done here. And it's starting to get a bit dicey. The interrupts from Cassia, from Zarya, always there. There's the Moonfire. Another Apocalypse. It's back up. Immediately used. And the kill. Poly Bomb and Apocalypse. But it's also a bit of a problem for maybe Gul'dan. Nah, he's still good. Gul'dan is still good. Lauber is a bit low though. 4 versus 5 now. They're trying to go for the fight again. Once more. They're starting to drop low. Especially Gazlo's in trouble, but he makes it out. Portal control the entire time. It pops up and everybody converges on it. 5 kills to 4, but it seems like crowd control is going to lose some ground here. Lauber is low, slides out, Urel moves in, providing some space, but they got the shots connected, and that's now 32 points against 28. Whew. Deep breath, baby. Deep breath. That was a spicy one. So, some spicy action right here, as both of the teams are starting to get heavily aggressive with this. But that fight was long. And now we have 59 stacks for Dino. So, he is getting good numbers in. Could really scale well into the late game. But they're a little bit behind. So, after initially really kicking the blue team's ass, crowd control has now fallen behind in experience, in kills, and on the objective. Not by much. I mean, fairly even. But still. That is a nice turnaround from Wildfire Esports. They had some really good fights there. Medivh always getting the portal ready, making sure that the shield is ready as well. That, on the other hand, is a bit of a slow rotation maybe. So if they can connect those pumpkins, nah, not quite. They're here in time, just barely. Yeah, all about the portal again. APOC, yeah, Diablo. I mean, he's pretty much using that thing every single time he comes off cooldown. Diablo comes through, another APOC here. But this time, no proper connect. Yeah, Urel is also moving in. They're trying to go for Khaldor again. Stun into the wall. Okay, portal is up. Diablo looking for another target, but he can't find it this time. Lots of pressure now. Really lots of pressure here. Yeah, we got still our little setup at the bot lane, as at the top the 2 altars are about to spawn. And as usual, this is going to be a left-right exchange between the 2 teams. There's not going to be anything big happening here. At least there shouldn't. I mean, everybody's moving topside all of a sudden, so maybe they're making some play after all, but I don't really expect it. Normally, you just let your opponent take the altar on their side, since it's just so incredibly difficult to hold that long enough to channel it yourself. So yeah, Khaldor already does the job. X-Ray over here with his night vision account does the same thing. And they are Gucci. Okay, so the game calms down a little bit. Quiets down just slightly. Zergling has the vision. For a second I was just thinking if they go for boss. The problem is that at the bottom they're now pressured at the bell tower again. As it seems. Yeah, but they have to rotate away from it. That's the problem when you go up against Medivh. You can always set those portals up and this makes the rotation a little bit faster. And if they hit you just with a flank, then you're in trouble. So they don't really dare to fall out too far. Also because Urel is top, so they would be caught in a 5 versus 4, and they can't really afford to do that. So that's a little bit of an issue. 65 stacks now for Dino. 10 stacks also for Malfurion. But with level 13 talents, oh yeah, Buds has of course his 13 ready, which would be a nice lockdown for him. Here they go, starting to come in once again. Diablo up at the front, making the play. Lauber in trouble, Medallion loose, and Lauber gets away. Lauber actually gets out, wow. Nah, gets killed by Gul'dan at the bottom. He nearly made it out and the Gul'dan flanked in, and here is the Khaldor combo. Oh, big combo, big combo. Big damage, big kills. Nice, 8 kills to 4. And now it's nearly level 16 for them. Triple altar up in 20 seconds. Yes, that turned it around. Yep. Now we have the level 16 talents in. That gives us the rampant hellfire. The synergy with the level 1 talent. 10 seconds for people to come back. And things are starting to become real difficult here for Team Crowd Control. Yeah, they need to show up now. They are now the team that needs to really rely on that late game. Especially since Quasar gets caught, he's down, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a staggered death. Just as everybody else that was dead comes back onto the map, he dies, 3 altars are fired, and that is 12 shots off their core. They are down to 12 right now. Oh, they are definitely with the back to the wall at this point. So they gotta wait for Urel to come back. Now the good news is they didn't lose any bell towers. That's the good news. Without the bell towers, it's not hopeless just yet. Well, without the bell towers converted by Wildfire Esports. That's what I meant. So they still have a bit of an opportunity here to bring it back, but they need to start to win some fights. They did well in the early game. But then Wildfire Esports turned it around. Now that they have their own level 16 talent, we get the static electricity again. The cleansing shield right here now too. And it's time for the party, baby. Can't let the opponent have the 20 for nothing, but of course he can still wait for the next objective. That's definitely possible. We're gonna get a double altar next. Bot and mid. Aggressive shredding on 16. Especially Lauber needs to set something up for the rest of the team here. Dino is nearly at 80 stacks with 14 minutes in. That's pretty decent stacking considering the time in the game. Yeah, hits another one. 82 for him now. Portal control. They're trying to control Diablo, but everybody else comes through too. In comes the APOC and Lauber in trouble. There's the poly bomb, but Medivh is down as well. Kill for a kill right here. Frontline already gone, but Urel is still in the thick of things as they are trying to make the play for Gazlo, actually locking him down here at the side. Broccoli, the treat, but nope, they can't get the kill. Instead, Dino is on the run. 92 stacks for him now. And he's adding more, at least trying to. Dino just poking the entire day. What's his damage at? He's at 80,000 damage. Oh, Cassia. Yeah, Dino is just stacking like a madman over here. Gul'dan isn't too bad either. I mean, he's sitting at 67,000, so that's not shabby. Not shabby at all. They're trying to go for the mid tower or the mid altar first. Another good wall stun against the Space Goat. Yeah, and here comes the setup of Gazlo. He's trying to get a few turrets in play. Cassia is now coming in too, looking for the triple-digit stacks. Oh, the Gas Lord! Oh, insta blow up. ETC is back to business. Now Urel jumps in. They want to go for another kill. The portal barely helps them to survive. Bots comes out with a big boy shove, but it seems like both of these altars will end up in the hands of crowd control. The channel, the one in the middle, so far so good. Now they're moving down to the bottom and the same thing happens. Wildheart Esports losing after getting the initial kill against ETC. Not only Gazlo, but both of the altars, and now it's 20 points to 12. And they might lose that bell tower. They might lose more heroes. They're getting heavily attacked. They're invading hard. They're diving behind the fort right now. There's the Horrify. Does some good work, but it seems like that bell tower is not going to make it. They really burn it down as quickly as they can, and the Gas Lord isn't back yet. But just look at Diablo jumping in time and time again here. Oh, Gul'dan is dropped. Medivh is down the mosh pit. Look at those moves. Stukov, holy hell, that guy is blasting it. And that's a triple kill. Gazlo comes back, 3 heroes die, 10 kills to 9, even experience, and they move for the pumpkins, they move into the middle. Crowd control is again controlling the game. 110 stacks now for Cassia. Cassia is at 110. Quasar is killing it here. I think, yeah, he's killing it too, but I was actually mentioning Dino. Dino is killing it at the bottom of the map right now. Not quite the same thing. Yeah, but he is throwing Lightning Furies out until he's blue in the face, so yeah, can mix them up sometimes. But either way, can they go through the middle? They want to have the level 20. Honestly, they're not really doing as much as you would have expected with the advantage that they had after the 3 were killed. I expected them to go for boss or try to push for one of the forts, and they didn't really do that. Instead, they're trying to push the pumpkins in, which isn't bad either, by the way. Both of them seem to connect. Yes, they do. And now we have the level 20 talent for them, which gives us, of course, the infinite ball of lightning. We got the clear out, also the Seraphim over here. And top side can now be taken, but both teams have control of their storm talents. So it's going to be even battles from here on out once more. And game's not over. Not over by a long shot. Where's the damage actually looking at? Oh, Dino nearly joining the 6-digit club with the 99,000. 5 shots fired. Channel on the left side, 5 versus 3. They go for boss now. They know they gotta remove it. So, yeah, they go for boss. They try to bait them a little bit. Diablo, big stuns against ETC, but look at that backline. Oh, the damage. No, you guys need to move away from each other. The kill against Stukov. Stukov is down. That's a 5 versus 4. This is looking bananas. 120 stacks for Dino now. He is not stopping. Can't stop, won't stop. And, well, now we're going straight in for, I would say, boss or fort. I mean, one of the two, especially if they get another kill here. Portal control, and there's the kill. Party time! Oh, ETC, you party animal! He dies, but he dies for a good cause. 3 heroes down, and crowd control murders the late game. They absolutely murder it here. 12 kills to 11. They go for another bell tower. Could go for boss 2 as all of this continues. Next altar phase is going to have 2 at the bottom of the map. Cassia is defending the bot bell tower so that it doesn't get reconverted. We have 123 stacks for her, and she is just firing it away whenever Diablo pokes his fat face out. So yeah, one poke after another. 6 bell towers to 2. They can go for the pumpkins. This is looking absolutely crazy right now. Cassia sitting at 65,000 damage, 114,000 for Cassia, 97k for Gul'dan. He's about to join the 6-digit club as well. But it is a tricky endeavor now. Now there's pumpkins everywhere. But of course a single altar is not going to win you the game unless all of these pumpkins connect. They take the second set, which they should. And Cassia is already, Zarya is moving to the bottom to connect this one. Yeah, shots are connected. And they at least go down to 9 points. And well, there we go. Another 6 fired. That's 3 left. Another 3 pumpkins make it to the bottom of the map. And there's 1 altar left. So here we go. That's the opportunity. 2 points left. 1 point left. Uh-oh. All of the pumpkins through. Either the channel or another pumpkin, and this game is over. This looks nearly like checkmate. Wildheart Esports. They have to defend the bot lane. Someone needs to deal with this shit. Is anybody channeling? No, but the big fight is right there. They're low. They go for the pumpkins. Where's the channel? Nobody channels. Night Vision comes in, and they have to interrupt him. Where's the interrupt? Nobody. Portal. Dibbles. Trouble. And that is game. That's game. Here we go. The lead for crowd control in this first game of the round of 8. GG and well played. Game number 2. I'm not quite sure if the North American team is still suffering from PTSD after game number 1 and the way that they lost here. But we have a main tank Artanis, so I don't know if that's their way of signaling surrender or what's going on here. Maybe they know something that I don't, but Artanis, really? So usually I see that as a bit of a trap card, and I mean in the sense that you get trapped on Battlefield of Eternity. But here, is that the North American Pepe Malady or what's going on? Artanis played with KitKat, Unaverted on Cassia. We got Buds on Karazim, I guess that's Justin. Funz on Maiev and Zergling on Diva. Yeah, and on the right side of the map with the lead in this series, we got Crowd Control with X-Ray on Brightwing, the Fruit Fly in the game, Dainu on Reyna. We got Dequaza on Gazlo, Rutsu on Falstad, The Bird's the Word, and Diablo is played by Lauber this time. Okay, so interesting. We got a global, we got 2 globals actually. So we got a double global, we got Gazlo that can push, and on the other side we got an Artanis with no follow-up. Well, I guess you can follow up with Maiev. I'll give them Maiev. So you can follow up with Maiev. I suppose that if you get a good swap off or something, then maybe into a 7-sided strike if we see 7-sided. But I gotta admit that I can't make neither heads nor tails out of that Artanis pick. On level 1 he goes into the amateur opponent. I guess it really helps you if your opponent takes some of those garden terrors and against the seeds. There's a lot of camps on the map. I'm honestly really looking for something that the hero brings into you. But for me, it's once again one of those moments where I gotta say that there are way better alternatives out there than Artanis. This is one of these typical games where I would say, like, no matter how this game ends, even if you win it despite the pick, not because of it. But we'll see. Maybe there's something that I'm overlooking, but for now, I would call this a little bit of a crazy setup. Can't even remember when I've seen Artanis the last time. I guess Paper My Lady sometimes picks it as a bit of a troll because they literally want to troll me. I mean, they've said as much, but even they don't pick the hero anymore because it's just not good enough. Not even on Battlefield of Eternity. So this is strange. The map, on the other hand, is big. It's a huge map. There's a lot of camps here. You normally see teams focus heavily on them. That's why we have Exterminator on Dinos, Jimmy, of course, too. We got a double global for crowd control. I kind of like some of the aggressive parts that we're seeing from Wildheart Esports, but when we look at the map and especially take that Artanis pick into consideration, I have to say that I really like what the red team has a lot more. Especially since they can play around the globals of Brightwing and Falstad. That gives them a lot of flexibility in the way that they are approaching the map. And as long as they are not forced into fights, that's going to be good on their end. What they need to make sure, though, is that they have some wave clear. And the problem is that if you're only relying on a false set without Boomerang on 7, then you don't really have that in that situation. So Dino has to help out, since Gazlo is pretty much hard stuck at the top right now against D.Va and wants to push the gate down too. So for now, at least, we have a bit of an advantage for the blue team. Once that we have level 7 and false that goes for his talent, that's going to change things a little bit. Level 1 is of course his wingman, so that he can get also easy access to additional camps through those stacks and maybe even steal a couple of them away. And yeah, Zergling is up at the top against Quasar, who's probably going to try and push quite a lot throughout this game. Once that we have the gun terrors in, you also have to of course consider for Jimmy being able to burn them down a bit quicker. Maiev and Karazim have to be careful when they dive in later because of Brightwing. That polymorph can be quite annoying. And well, there we go. We go for the channel. There's a quick interrupt against bots. Gonna give it up, I suppose. I don't really think they're gonna fight this through completely. Yeah, there's the swap. And they nearly interrupted it, but bots gets it. Again, they didn't really commit fully to it anyways, but they would of course have loved to just delay it a little bit further. As it stands, level 7 is ready for the blue team, so we got the... oh, careful! Yeah, someone's gonna get ganked here, but the rest of the team, the rest of Alta Esports is nearby. Lauber might be saved by Brightwing, just barely. Here's now... Oh, that was a beautiful swap. Good job. Good swap. Best swap he could get, and it still wasn't enough. So, yeah, we got the level 7 talents that gave us the Boomerang. We also have for Diablo the Malevolence, and Peekaboo is in as well. Not really a lot happening in the early game. Couple of ganks set up here. The first seed has been taken. Second one is now announced. As the game continues, globals will play more of a role. For now, both teams are just looking to edge out small advantages against their opponent. But yeah, as I said, the problem is really lockdown on the other side. They don't have a lot. If they get a tether off with Maiev, or if they go 7-sided and can pop it after a good swap, then maybe they can make a play. But as good as Artanis' swap was, if there's no follow-up, that doesn't do anything for you. In this case, didn't get anything either. Seed is up, but Artanis alone can't deal with the top lane. So that's one tower down. Karazim comes in and try to paw away a little bit. Went standard, by the way, on the level 1, of course, with his Iron Fists here, so usual talent for him. And now that Gazlo is setting up, they're a bit more willing to fight over the next seed here, I suppose. Falstad has a bit more wave clear available to him with the Boomerang, so that's good for him. But do they simply give this one up? They're taking their camp now. And it's all about camps again. Early on, it's all about camps. Even later on in the game, you want to set that up so that you can get some pressure. Yeah, nice attempt at a swap, but of course Quasar is just waiting for that. That tether, on the other hand, that could be a different story. Tennis is coming around from the side. Falstad is still holding on the bot lane. D.Va is moving in. Falstad flies up, and that's exactly exploiting your global advantage to the extent that you should if you want to win the game here. So they are playing this nice. D.Va is at the bottom of the map. They take the seed, and now they can move back down. And it's mainly because Rutsu played this perfectly. Push out the bot lane, stay long, let the team delay it, and then make the play. 7-sided is actually in, so we get it. We have the suppression pulse on the side of Artanis. Doesn't go for the purifying beam. There's actually a secret counterplay to the purifying beam, which pretty much negates the entire thing. It's not really well known, but some of the top players figured it out recently. It's called walking away from it, so that's why suppression pulse is usually the better option.
But Khaldor, if the hero moves away, he can't attack.
Stutter stepping. Stutter stepping. Sorry, a little bit of a cough here on my end. Not a single kill in this game so far. Not one. So, well, they can maybe poke down the fountain at the bottom. They try the same thing topside, but Rutzer is there too. So, in middle of the map. By the way, we got it again. The Robo-Goblin. Me likey. Totally unimpressed. Full on Robo-Goblin. Which unfortunately, with Robo-Goblin, it denies us the pleasure of potentially having Gust into a wall, Apocalypse, and Gazlo follow up on it. Or Gazlo follow up and then the Apocalypse afterwards. So unfortunately, we're not going to get that. But at least we're going to see Gazlo coming through and giving them the claps. Falstad is still topside, so he could fly down again to help out here, but the seed is already taken. So that's 2 seeds against 1 in favor of crowd control. And I mean, let's not forget, this is a best of 3 series. This is a round of 8, and the team that loses is out of the tournament. So at this point, Wildtide Esports have pretty big interest in winning this one and forcing Game 3. There's 23 stacks for Cassia. And just to give you a bit of a comparison, in the last game, 8 minutes in, Dainu had 80 stacks already. Sorry, 40 stacks already. 8 minutes in, he had 40 stacks. Now, this isn't quite Cassia's fault. I'm not trying to blame Unaverted here for that. But it shows a little bit how we don't have a lot of fights. The map is bigger than Towers of Doom, and there's not really as many battles. It's also reflected in the amount of damage that you see. I mean, just look at the hero damage. There's not a whole lot going on here. So we don't see any big battles. We haven't seen a kill yet. But that also means that it's much trickier for Cassia to have a big impact in the late game through stacks. So there's that. Bot lane, there's already the pressure. Over here we have a bit of a move towards the left side. Yeah, they don't see that, or that could have been a problem. Oh, I like it! The bird, look at that! That's a sneaky chicken right there. That could have worked. Oh, wow. If he arrives, I mean, half a second sooner than that, he might have been able to actually contest that. Nice. 13 talents are ready for them. And yes, off we go with the 13. We also get the triple strike right now. 3 times 0 is still 0, so yeah. But looks good. Also we got the devastating charge in here. By the way, I can feel the hate of the YouTube comments already. The Atanas fans are gathering. I'm going to be cancelled tomorrow. Okay, so yeah. He's denying his existence. No, I'm accepting that he exists. I'm just saying his shit. Gazlo, on the other hand, he's a little bit alone here, and he actually gets saved. Brightwing saves him. They just blew how many ults on him, and he's still here, and now they're getting attacked. There's the gust, baby. It is party time. Oh, the APOC. Way too slow. Way too slow on the APOC. Where's the trust here? Did you see that? I gotta call Lauba out. Lauba, like, Rutsu came in and said, like, dude, I got the gust, I got the gust, I got the gust. And Lauba is like, yeah, who you kidding, bro? Sorry, but you're gonna fuck it up anyways. And then when he saw it, he tried, but it was already too late. If you would have trusted the chicken, my friend, that would have been a fantastic combo. But nope, no trust from Lauba. Still, no kills in this game. I know there's people that are going to excuse this and say, like, you know what, this is probably just going to be a ping issue. You talked about it in previous games, they have ping problems. But nah, this is, my story makes way more sense. Alright, where's the first kill? We are 10 minutes in nearly and we don't have a kill yet. This is unacceptable. Can we stand for this? Exactly. The disc missing, they're trying to go for the kill here. Yeah, a couple of hits against my F, who immediately jumps out. Oh, 7-sided! Oh, and the first one to die is Lauba. It's perfect. Lauba down, the fruit fly in trouble. The gust saving Brightwing, and Brightwing trying to save the rest here. There's the flip. As Jimmy says, hey, I don't want to be here. Nice swap for Martanis. Well done. My F is down too, and looks like the bird is going to get away. No. Nicely done. Atanis gets a couple of kills here and proves that he can be useful after all. Now that we have level 60 nearly for them, it seems like they are starting to get a bit ahead, because this is gonna be the first Garden Terror if they grab it, and then they do. Also take the camp over to the side, and once more, the North American team taking the lead here. Yeah, they did it in game number 1, but then lost in the late game, and are now trying to do it in game number 2 too. The Quasar down here. Gives him the clamps. Jesus, he's burning those quickly. Yeah, he takes that thing down pretty easy peasy. But now that the rest of the blue team is moving in to deal with him, he of course can't sustain that anymore. So they're going to lose the fort after all. But yeah, he chunked it down hard initially. Now, in the middle of the map, still a bit of pew 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 happening. Dainu with the Exterminator on 1. Obviously can also chunk down that Garden Terror quickly. But that's 2 forts down. They have no level 16. That's the problem for the red team. They don't have level 16. Team crowd control. They're not controlling anything right now. Maybe now with the paint them red, it's a different story. Yeah, Tanis tried for another swap but couldn't get it. Also, we got the triple cleanse with the cleansing touch and the Quicksilver as well. So no full-on damage setup for Karazim here. Whereas topside, the wall is now also falling. Wall about to go down. Good for them. Also looking at, well, first of all, Airy Gust. Flow Rider is in, so they can go for the boomerang here. Get a bit more resets out of this. And Lauba is dead again. Yeah, Maiev, that's the second or third time that she actually misses the disc. They get the kill regardless, though. And they might even get more. They are definitely turning up the heat here. I mean, damn, son. 5 kills to 2 all of a sudden. Just 2 minutes ago, we had no kill at all. Now 2 minutes in, we have 7 in total. Falstad flying over, stealing it away. That's the beauty of the globals. But I don't know. They're getting crushed right now. Look at that top keep. They are burning this thing into the ground so quickly. Wild Heart Esports are all of a sudden on an absolute tear here. They're 1 level ahead, and they are doing some serious work. Cassia is still not getting any great stacks together. She's sitting at 36, but still leads the damage charts with 27,000 against the 26k that Gazlo brings to the table. Now, they still are setting some camps on their way, but phew, to come back in this, you should probably try and get a fight before level 20 is a thing for Wild Heart Esports. Now, they still have the 2 seeds, right? So if the next one gets announced, then you have a chance to either get the objective or at least take the team fight, unless Wild Heart Esports is looking at this and are saying, well, you know what, we can just have it, and chances of that happening are pretty much 0. So, yeah, we'll see. Currently, we got in the middle of the map, we got our thing here. Yeah. The one thing I have to talk about at Tannis is, I mean, they use it against crowd control here, but if you go up against the sidestep kings, I really would say don't use at Tannis, because, I mean, it's the sidestep kings, you know? Okay, that one was really, really bad, but again, I had to go for it. I had to, I'm sorry. It was like an inner voice that compelled me. Over here, Brightwing tried to sidestep it too. Didn't quite work out, but now Gazlo, yeah, he needs to take the seeds down first. I was just about to think, does he get a freebie here? But yeah, no. Alright, so, well, for now, we got 19 and a half. Half a level. Really, do they not try to force a fight? I mean, at least try to gather the seed here. They need to do something. They can't just simply wait until they have 20, right? I guess they can, because there's 0 seeds on their end. But I would be a bit surprised. I mean, technically, would think that they were hoping for a fight here or something. So, yeah. Here comes the jump. APOC. Combo. Karazim. Yeah. Oh, the 10th into the explosion. So close. The gust preventing it. But that could have been some sick plays here. So they get the seed, and that means that they have their own Garden Terrors and might just be able to close that gap a little bit, because 20 is imminent for Wild Heart Esports. 20 is nearly ready. They're close. They're close. They're really close now. Gazlo's taken over, by the way. Gazlo, the one and only, he's sitting at 31,000. He's like, I'm going to show you how top damage looks. Okay, so we're starting to see them jump in. Transcendent is in for Karazim. We got the Shadow Strike, Shadow Orb here, Timing Attack, Infinite Lightning, the Plasma Burn also. And Foresight is now... Foresight and Brightwing are using the globals, just as I said earlier. And this is really the one thing that if you're Wild Heart Esports, you're probably a little bit afraid of. That they're going to dominate you on the macro level later on. Now, the fodder, the bot lane is already gone, so they have to get their structure somewhere else on the map now. Top side, they get so much experience now that they're nearly on 20. There's a fight that could still be forced by Wild Heart Esports, but since they have to rotate heroes to the bottom to prevent the keep from getting attacked, top lane is open and has enough time for crowd control to get their own level 20. And, well, that's exactly what they're going to do right now. So, come in, take this one down, get the 20, and let's see where we're headed. Got the Invisible Friends, we got the Boom Toss, and, well, Hellgate plus also the Wind Tunnel. So far so good. I mean, again, 2 of the lanes, they still are 1 keep down, so that's a bit of an issue. But generally speaking, they're in a much better spot now than they were previously. They're on fairly even experience, at least same level. They got the same talents. So they are all of a sudden in a position where they can actually contest this game again. Especially since they have 2 globals, the top keep shouldn't really be too big of a deal. Should honestly be a situation that they're able to deal with quite easily. Rutzo is doing his thing here with the Wingman as well. And are they gonna invade this one? They're looking for it. They get the flip here, but they're still moving out. Jimmy is now starting to move in too, though. Jimmy is coming in, and he upgrades the ult. Goes for the Raiders. They are actually taking Zergling down here. Damn, that pilot is about to get murdered. Okay, even the suppression pulse came out pretty quickly. And then down here, Cam comes in. Yeah, I mean, I guess like he gets buds a little bit. But that was just slightly off. Again, ping is a bit of a deal. but that didn't really work out. Here, on the other hand, that Transcend didn't do anything either, and what an APOC this time. And this, baby, is why you pick Boomerang. Exactly that, right there. That's why you pick Boomerang. Falstad flying in, looking for a target, can't decide who to go for. They're isolating Butts as they're going for him, and there is the hit. Alright, so far so good. And look at this beautiful Artanis kill. The bird's the word, he flies in, Boomerang baby, one shot and down he goes. Nicely done. So they get the initial kill. The setup that the blue team was trying to go for with Karazim didn't quite work out. Then Lauber comes in with a big apocalypse. They get the insta-kill. They get the second. They get the third. 2 heroes defending. The keep is nearly down. They want more. They nearly get more. Can they go for the core? Do they just rotate into the middle and take another keep? What's the play here? A couple of the heroes are already a bit low. But X-Ray comes in with Brightwing, trying to heal them up, and they want to make the play. They want to go for core again. Wildheart Esports. Can they defend this? Maiev, no, she's down. The core is falling. Guys, they are out of the tournament. Crowd control with a 2-0 victory against Wildheart Esports. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.